Mate, what the bloody hell are you doing? You bloody drongo. So you bloody well want to know about bloody, do you? Well, why didn't you bloody ask? Mate, bloody, like mate, is a word that's used by dinkum Aussies every day of their bloody lives. More so than mate, in fact. Because you can bloody well put bloody almost behind every bloody word you can think of. Aussies bloody love the word bloody, mate. Every bloody one of us. So much so, mate, that bloody was dubbed the Great Australian Adjective in the 1880s or thereabout by the Bulletin, the most popular magazine in Australia in its time, mate, the Bulletin. And that was in the 1880s. This isn't something that we've made up recently for attention, mate. Bloody has been a fair dinkum bloody Aussie word for as long as we've bloody well been here, which is just on 200 years, mate. In fact, mate, like a lot of Aussie words, such as mate itself, bloody is in fact a working class English word. You listen to them, mate, they use the word bloody all the bloody time as well. But it's the working class English that use it all the time, mate. The people the snobs like to call us scum of the bloody earth. Well, here in Australia, because of our unique background, we're all from the scum of the bloody earth. So we all use the word bloody, and mate, and fair dinkum, and all the other great words that make up our wonderful language. So what does bloody well mean, mate? And when do you bloody well use it? Well, only close observation of the context in which Aussies use it will let you work that out. But a first tip is that bloody can be used as an intensifier. That is, mate, its use signifies that you mean something a little bit more than if you say it without the word bloody. A bit like the big F word, mate. Although the F word's a little bit more serious than the B word. But the beautiful thing about the use of the word bloody in Australian English, mate, is that unlike other English variants like South African and English, bloody is no longer used exclusively as an intensifier. That's because, mate, we've been using bloody for so bloody long that it's just part of the way we speak. We're not saying it for effect, we're not saying it to make an impact. It's just the bloody way it is, mate. Mate, I'd even go as far to say that leaving the word bloody out of a conversation is more of an intensifier than putting it in. That's because if you leave it out, you're obviously making some sort of bloody point. Think you're a bit bloody special, under some sort of guise of formality. And on that note, that's the second thing that bloody can signify, informality. Some people just don't say bloody if they're in a really formal situation. For example, mate, if you're the Prime Minister having a chat to the Queen, you'll try to cut down on the use of the word bloody. But having said that, mate, you hear our Polly's using bloody all the bloody time in Parliament, and most fair dinkum Aussies find it really bloody hard not to use bloody in almost every bloody sentence. So, mate, enough bloody yabbering. Let's have a look at when bloody's bloody well used. First of all, mate, let's look at it being used to give some gravity to a situation.
Mate, what the bloody hell are you on about? You'll be on a bloody sticky wicket yourself if you keep up those shenanigans and no bloody beer. Now, how the hell are we going with the Poms? What do you mean the bloody Kiwis? We're not playing bloody New Zealand, you bloody dill. How are we going against the bloody Poms?
And now, mate, let's look at it being used just as a matter of course.
Bruce, which way is the outback?
Oh, 'struth, mate. I don't bloody know. You know most Australians wouldn't know the outback from a bloody platypus.
Yeah, well, mate, we have to go somewhere, don't we?
Well, mate, just drive away from the coast for about 8 hours and then we'll see how we're going.
How will we know when we're there?
Mate, you'll know that we're there when you see a sign that says bloody whoop whoop. Now drive. God, bloody whoop whoop, all right. No wonder we all live by the bloody beach.
Well, what do I do?
Oh, just keep driving, mate. One way's as good as another, but there's got to be some bloody thing around here somewhere. See, I'm a bloody natural, as usual. White man has no dreamtime stories. Bunya, sit down, and let me tell you a white man dreaming you can tell your grandkids about. And that's how Wombat Lager came to be.
That's pathetic, Brucey.
I'll bloody say, mate, you have no idea about Aboriginal culture, do you?
Finally, mate, bloody hell can also be used, as well as bloody well. Confused, mate? Again, you have to look at the context. Bloody hell, mate! Are you listening? As you can see, bloody hell can just be an exclamation of surprise. Bloody hell. Shock. Bloody hell. Or disapproval. Bloody hell, mate. As for bloody well, it can be used in some of the places bloody can be used, but not all of the places. For example, mate, you can bloody well listen to me explain this, but you wouldn't look in the bloody well mirror. Anyway, mate, have a listen. You'll learn over time. What the bloody hell was that? Oh, good on you, Jono. Bunya, you're both top blokes. Ah, what the bloody hell was that?
It was a witchetty grub, Brucey.
Oh, that's just bloody disgusting. No, that isn't bloody funny, Jono. Well, that's about bloody it, mate. Bloody must be the easiest of Aussie words to learn. So I bloody will expect you to bloody listen and bloody learn how to bloody use bloody as much as you bloody well can.